So I know when we first spoke, you wanted to make a change, but I think there was very much maybe a bit of a lack of belief about whether you could at the time because you were just under a lot
Yeah.
of stress, right? So talk me through that mentality and that sort of decision.
It's just the realization that things were slipping further and further away, not getting better, obviously, feeling like there were too many things that needed changing, not knowing which way to go with it, and then needing to take a step to halt it and then reverse it.
Yeah. How were you kind of feeling at that time about yourself?
Oh, horrendous. It's super run down, super tired, weak, not myself, and just foggy. All those wrapped into one, and then just not having the energy to do anything to make any sort of significant change.
Yeah. Did that kind of belief hold you back a little bit and thinking, I don't know if I can do this, I kind of have the energy to make a change, etc.?
Yeah, I definitely couldn't do it by my own means. That's why I reached out. I was just like, I have no idea where to get started. I know this is probably something that needs to have multiple moving parts,
Yeah.
and there's not going to be a quick fix, which obviously that's all you see on the internet these days.
To backtrack a little bit, what kind of got you in the position in the first place? Obviously, I know you became a father, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's definitely the trigger. And then obviously craft beer being probably the number one culprit for just that incremental kind of day-to-day lifestyle that just kind of slowly chipped away at it. And then, yeah, having a baby, it's like once you lose sleep, then you lose eating habits, then you lose this, then you lose that. And then it's crazy how fast it just kind of devolves, and then you just want to treat yourself, and then if that's always food, then it's a slippery slope that then you're feeling too weak to rectify any of those decisions at the time.
Yeah, tough place to be, right?
Yeah.
And you have like a lot of work stress as well, right?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, work as well. It's funny because it's like that's become like more manageable now because, well, having the strength back to kind of say no to stuff at work. I put roadblocks up so I can finish at 6 instead of 9 or midnight, stuff like that. You've got to put your foot down and yeah, just be stronger when it comes to that as well. Which I think kind of all ties together when you kind of you take care of your body, you take care of how good you feel mentally, you're getting stronger and all that. Everything's not like I can't do that because it's going to rock the workboat too much or something like that.
So it's you kind of made the decision to prioritize yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. There's definitely pushback, but you gotta learn to kind of push back at that when there is that pushback.
Yeah, I think that's a great message because so many dads like don't do that, right? They just themselves.
Yeah, and having a little one now is just like that's like the definite motivator. I'm like, how much are we going to remember whatever projects we're working on? It's just like that's not a valuable part of my life anymore. So it's just like, not that it ever was, but it's just like you have low tolerances for that stuff now.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. So we signed you up, and then talk me through like the initial stages. Was it like harder? Was it easier than you were expecting?
Was the workout definitely very hard. It made me realize like how quick that strength decline kind of goes. Consider myself pretty okay, or like I could manage with stuff, but then really simple workouts, I was just like, wow, this is like really knocked me on my butt. It was just like you realize like stuff that you could do in your sleep before just becomes very hard. It was hard in a good way where after doing it, getting over those initial weeks of like using muscles that haven't been using and going through that kind of physical pain, then it did become more that like feeling stronger, the good kind of pain and all that kind of stuff. I'm very much like a systems guy as well. So it's like once like the getting the sleep back on track, following the steps for that, very easy to do. The breathing stuff. It's a lot of things that we know we should be doing and all that, but until you get everything moving as like a system, it's not as effective as it can be. At the beginning, I think it was even just one session in, and the time is there. One of those things where it's put in front of you, then you've got to do this. Once a week, you find the time to do it. Then it became 2, 3. I think at one point I managed to get a couple of 5-session weeks in, and then it becomes a nice kind of part of the week that you like, instead of just dreading it and trudging through and ticking it off the box. It's like, oh, I'm got time, I'm going to do this and feel good afterwards.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I think the sleep was something that we worked on a bit. I think that you were waking up with a lot of stress, night sweats and stuff like that. So that's been quite a change as well, I think.
Oh yeah, that stopped pretty after between doing all those things. I think within weeks that was gone, or even like a couple of weeks. That was really like the last thing that kind of sent me over the edge of being like, I can't, not only is there little sleep, but I'm waking up like drenched in sweat and something's clearly off, like more physically than normal. So yeah, that was the biggest improvement, like immediate almost within the first couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. And talk me through like what kind of results overall have you got from when we started to now?
I think we were at probably 188 down to, at this point, 152 pounds. So that's been the most dramatic kind of change. It's crazy. It's, yeah, something that's, yeah, quite unbelievable. Honestly, like, never would have thought it would have been possible. So that's been the biggest change, and then just feeling stronger from that as well.
Yeah. When you say you didn't think it was possible, what made you think that?
Whether I'm too old to get back into that shape or to have the time to do it or be able to balance everything to do it, that kind of, it seems like an unattainable goal to try and, while fitting in all the other kind of life stuff. And then just having seen those numbers in ages just seemed like a bit of a pipe dream.
Understandably. And what would you say is like the biggest difference in you, obviously aside from the weight, but what's changed in you?
Oh, just strength and confidence from kind of half open eyes, going through all the things you got to get done to get to a point of enjoying life and all that kind of stuff again. Whereas now it's just like having more pep to your step, like more energy is huge. There's a lot more positive thinking towards getting everything done so that you can enjoy activities that come on the weekend or after work instead of just like wanting to go to bed right after finishing with work. So it's a lot more enjoyable time on the table now.
What would you say to anyone who's like thinking about making a sort of change like this and but kind of on the fence?
I would just say pull the trigger, because I think that's how we started initially. I was like a jump start, and then I was like, well, I don't think now's gonna work. And I was like, oh, let's maybe talk again in a few months when I think my whatever like position would be better, or I'd be strong enough to do it. Like, man, it's just like picturing that now. It's like picturing being 3 months behind where I am now. It's like very, very happy, because you were just like, just fine. You got to just commit to it. You'll be fine, and there'll be progress. But the important thing is like starting sooner than later, because you'll get the result later. And it's like abundantly clear now. Being 2 months behind, even, I'd be like, where I am now would be a drag, kind of in pretty good standing. You're just delaying getting to where you want to go, and you just have to start, because it's never going to be like the perfect moment. Nothing got easier necessarily in whatever the 2 or 3 months I wanted to do it later. It was just getting your head down and starting it, which again, I think like most things is the most difficult bit. Just get started, you see results start to trickle in, and then it's like a snowball, and then you really get moving, feel stronger and all that. So yeah, I would say just get involved sooner than you think you want to. You get to the end goal way faster.
Yeah, awesome. Yes, obviously it's always easier to put these things off, right? But ultimately, and I understand why people do, because it's like failures, lack of belief, feeling like crap every day.
Yeah,
you don't want to make changes when you feel like that, but then you're just delaying getting out.
Yeah, there's no other option. It's like you've got to make the change to see it. So it's as easy as that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you absolutely smashed it, and I'm sure you're going to maintain the results for a long time now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, so all those healthy traits are just inbuilt now. Just way more knowledgeable about what's doing what, and how to do what reasonably and in control and all that stuff.
Yeah, awesome.
It's way more manageable.